Welcome. I'm your host, Robert Wilson, with Cowboy Wisdom Hypno Acuity, presenting I humor wise my stubborn and hard-headedness. As I realized I was stubborn and hard-headed. But what I realized, I'm stubborn and hard-headed, I'm going to keep it because that's all mine. I'm not sharing my stubbornness and hard-headedness with nobody because it's mine. It keeps me stubborn. It keeps me in yesterday. It keeps me doing everything I don't want to do. I'm just going to keep it. I'm not sharing it because it's mine. Now, don't that sound like a bunch of sheep herding BS? It is. But the thing is, if you can make fun of it, you can laugh at it. As long as I laugh at me, I'm free. And I can carry that my buddy that's funny, and then I got another little couple gizmos. I call them anything I don't want in my life is a flippinmyjig. So it's flippinmyjig be gone, like yesterday's dawn. Then if there's people in my life I don't like, I just say, whatchamacallem be gone, like the freight train of the 1880s. But it's my stubbornness and hard-headedness that keeps me in the same turmoil. I get to walk through life, I'm stubborn, I'm hard-headed, I'm going to do things my way, and there's never a better way than my stubborn way, and there's no better outcome than my hard-headedness, because I can tell you I lived it for a long time. I ain't saying I'm old, but I was an apprentice on the dirt factory floor. But that's okay. I soar now because I can laugh at me. And all this is to show me how silly I've been in a lot of things. But I had to be right because that was my way. And you know what's really funny is when I get to understand my hard-headed and stubbornness came from my parents. They helped me. They give me their opinions, their viewpoints, beliefs. And then the society helped with school. They give me their hard-headedness, stubbornness. It had to be this way. Then I lived in dismay because it was my dismay. And I didn't want to share my dismay with anybody because I lived in my dismay. Now, if that ain't a hullabaloo. And you know what's it's really kind of just self-sabotage. But it was with the boulder dash of bullshit. I lived it. But it was fun. It's fun doing this. This is the first one I've ever did this way, but I'm having fun. I get to make fun of me. I get to make fun of the world. I get to laugh. I get to joke. Oh, I am the joke. No, I'm not. I make the jokes. See, nobody understands what it is. But my stubborn and hard-headedness and my egotistical arrogance, oh, yeah, that little, the little Napoleonic knucklehead inside me, he'd get to raise his head every once in a while, too. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. But that is the way life is. See, we live our lives thinking we really have things figured out. Then all we have is doubt. Boy, I lived the delusional doubts of myself. I'd come up with some of the most weirdest, wackiest crap. But I was thinking I was a tough guy, and I was smirked. Very smirked. I'd rather be wise than smart. That's why I humor wise this, because I can make fun of all this stuff that's going on in the world. It's fun to watch when you open up to understand all your challenges, barriers, and chaos is in here. It's innocent out here. That's not right. I told myself that's not right. It's got to be out here because I is the most imperfect person I know, and I did it on purpose. But actually, I am the most imperfect person I know. I am liberated imperfection, athletically imperfect, and I love it. I don't have to walk around with a cob up my nose thinking I'm perfect. Whoever thinks they're perfect is lying to themselves, and they got that inner dialogue going, oh, look what that guy did, look what that person did, it isn't my way. The more I let go of things being my way to be in the flow of the galvanized, optimistic lure of the situation, my campaigner's curiosity chauffeurs me through life with ease. I like to be chauffeured through life with ease. And I want to share something with you. Whenever you do something and it's been hard, And when you get it all done, just little saying, that's easy. And that takes the hard-headedness out of it. But my hard-headed stubbornness, if I didn't have that, I'd probably had an easy life. There's 5 things I realize, there's 6 things that control my life. My egotistic arrogance of I'm perfect, my stubborn, hard-headed, know-it-all ignorance. Oh yeah, having to be right, trying to fit in in the dim of a crowd that's loud, was just lewd larceny to myself, and thinking the world revolved around me. That was me deceiving me, but I did it so good. I was so good at it. Till I woke up one day and realized the only pain in the ass I had in my life is this one. I made the whole world. That kind of isn't right to me. When I woke up, I was the only pain in the ass in my life. And it was all that little inner dialogue. Oh, I got a class coming out about the inner dialogue. How's your inner dialogue when you got into, let's say, an unsavory situation? It just kept winding it up in that inner dialogue. Well, they did it wrong. I did it right. It's their fault. They're to blame. Then I got the sham of shame shoved up my, Then I had to realize that was all me too. It really, really, really is an awakening. Just admit it. All the shit in your life, it's all about you. Everybody wants to be politically correct. I like politically incorrect inspiration, dissolving that perfection programming. And that's another thing. I've got a program for you. When somebody says program, that's just what it is a program. They want to program you to be within their limitations. The day I threw away change, heal, create, transformation, think, know, learn, program, self-help, personal growth, the theology of psychology, I liberated me from the world because I opened up to liberate me from me internally. And when I was liberated from me, I was just a chauffeuring and a strutting down Broadwalk with with the swagger. Oh yeah, I was just I was somebody. Then life occurred. Then I was the same. I like that. There's a barrier in this world between the working world and the college medicated world. And there is a barrier there. They look at us like we're not very intelligent, and we look like them. If you want to screw something up, you put college education in charge. And that is where there is. And I've witnessed it the last 3 years. But the thing is, if you step back and you take a look and get very, very forthright with yourself, you're going to see this world is in the box of education in the third world enslaving mindset. I witnessed that, and I can see the box. I'm here to rock it out of the box, because as long as you're talking to somebody and they can tell you what education likes telling you what to do, and you're in that box of their brainwashed BS, chewing their bubble gum of followerocracy, you're okay. But we got to get rid of this we got to get rid of this sheepolocracy, the herdocracy, the followerocracy, the titleocracy, and the turdocracy. Because all that is a follower's folly, living in somebody else's deal. But I'm so hard-headed and stubborn, I followed like a little colt. Then I got a shock of wisdom and realized, holy crap, if I admit this to me, I'm free. And that's the key thing to life, is I admit it to me. But my stubborn hard-headedness, I won't be a leader. I'm not going to listen. I'm never going to listen, because I knows everything. And that was a stinging sensation, with the universe giving me a kick right up the elevator of wisdom. That's one thing I like about the universe. She's going to show you one time. And she is a she, because she's stubborn. And she always gets her way. So it has to be a female. There's nothing wrong with that. It just rubs my egotistical male illiteracy out of the way. But, I'm going to be honest here. There's something I have to tell the world. I had knee surgery in May, colon surgery in August. Somewhere in them 3 months, I was doing my writing, and I got one of them little things that come down the back of your neck. Women, you're going to love this. I said, men are stupid. I go, that's not right. That's not fair to me. I'm a nice guy. He said, you're a nice guy, but you're stubborn and hard-headed. And that's all that means. Men are, but however, women, you don't get a free ride. You're just as stubborn and hard-headed. But what gets me is when a woman enters the male world and then they try to become a man. I see that all the time. We're always trying to be something we're not. We should never even try to be, because we're just absolutely wonderful just the way we are. But my stubborn and hard-headedness, that's a unique thing. But when I admitted I had my parents' viewpoints and beliefs, habits and stuff, that was a hell of an awakening. That was liberating. That's why I don't like the pain that change, expand is grand. I liberate me from me to rise and shine on my mountaintop of magic, living my life of freedom. The only one that puts you in a prison is yourself. Your thinking, knowing, memory, mind, knowledge, education, it's all a prison. Because intuition, innovation, imagination is all free flowing energy. It's like the wind from the North Pole to the South Pole, both sides of the universe, of the earth. But we're so indoctrinated that I'm educated and I know this and we know this and this has got to be this way. Look how everything has went since we become. You gotta be. It's business and education. How have we been stuck in yesterday? How is the world stuck in hard-headed stubbornness and silliness? That's a question I ask myself. Because, Monday, 24 hours a day, at least 1 hour a day, I'm stuck in stubbornness, hard-headedness, silliness. Well, I have to admit it to me. And, the thing, I've been around a lot of college marketers and stuff like that. That's a little bit spooky. When one of them guys say they're going to help me, they want to help themselves to my pocketbook. So here's something I want to tell everybody. You encompass the wisdom, insight, clarity, innovation to expand your life forward. YouTube is a college. It is sovereign wisdom for free in a lot of ways. You don't want the college knowledge. You want the sovereign wisdom. We want to humorize this. When I listen, I listen. But when I think, I think. And man, do I. Woo, you should see that. Ever went by a fat cattle yard? I can make that smell like a rose garden. It's about the liberation of us from us. Liberate you from you. All the money people spend. Oh, I go to this seminar. I go to this other thing. I get on this webinar. But it's down to one simple saying. I liberate me from me, my thoughts, my viewpoints, opinions, beliefs, parents, childhood, ancestors, and the third world enslaved mindset that's being taught to us silently through many ways, but one is the education system. The more I rise out of the education system, the more foolish it becomes. You can talk to people inside the education, but you cannot talk to them about the innovation of the world. And, you look at the world and it's stubborn and stuck in. You got to be educated to talk to me. Well, I don't want to talk to you. If you say anything outside of them books, and the self-help personal growth world, I've really noticed this the last 2 years. If you start talking anything beyond them books and them programs, they start trying to one up you. When somebody's trying to one up you, they're at the limitations of their knowledge. Think, know, learn, knowledge, thoughts are all inside the crux of education. Inspiration, understand, comprehend, wisdom, revelations rises you up to the breezes of brilliance to just float on cloud nine, listening to the divine, speaking your prime time, trend-setting imagination, magically expanding through life. But I still get to play with my stubborn and hard-headedness because it likes to play. And it likes to see if I get dismayed or liberated. But it likes it when I'm dismayed because it thinks it won. But it don't win no more. I win because I listen. You're going to listen your way to wherever you want to go. And, I kind of like watching on Reels, uh, uh, congressional hearings. It shows me how medicated in education the world is. See, here's the thing. We are medicated in education. Because education is in a book. Wisdom is in the universe. But what I really am opening up to is because I get to laugh at my hard-headedness and stubbornness and my egotistical arrogance and know-it-all ignorance, my having to be right. Yes, like having to be right. BS stresses you out because it stresses you out in doubt. Then you pout. Oh, that was me. I could do that really well. I was a professional at pouting. I really was. But now I'm a professional at listening. Listening to the glistening universe to shine my divine daredevilry through the universe. As the Earth's airways just chauffeur me through life with ease. See, listening, there's nothing to, you just listen. Everything else, as soon as you think, you stink. As soon as you know, you're in a blizzard of BS. So if you're willing to laugh at your stubbornness and hard-headedness and having to be right, you light your light of life to take flight. Feeling lively internal gumption, hellraiser's tenacity, trusting your abilities and agilities to just fly away and listen some more. But when I get my stubborn hard-headedness to play, I get to get mad, I get to get frustrated, I get to get this, I get to be mad at everybody. Everybody's equally mad. I'm equally mad at everybody. They're all innocent, but I'm equally mad because I taught myself that. When you teach yourself to be mad at the world, you stay mad at the world. It's silly, but I get to be mad at the world. Then the morning I woke up and realized the outside world was innocent, that tore my egotistical arrogance and know-it-all ignorance, stubborn hard-headedness. You get the terms. A new light of brilliance. And that's the thing. The outside world is innocent. But we're so used to living from this way in, we stay stuck in the dim of life. But I still get to play with my hard-headed and stubbornness because he still likes to play. And I don't share that with nobody. I used to share a lot with some unsavory words, but now I just laugh at my hard-headed and stubbornness. It's my own internal comic show. I laugh at me, I'm free. Now I'm going to share one more thing with you. When you're driving down the road and somebody does something and pulls out in front of you, does something that we all have done, and you start to get mad, it's just a simple little saying. I just wonder how the hell I taught them that. I don't know, but I did teach them that. It makes you laugh, breaks that hard-headed, stubborn pattern. So today I humor-wise my stubborn and hard-headedness to set me free from me, to liberate my internal bliss, to boldly love every day. See, bliss kisses me. Hard-headedness beats me with my thoughts, my everything else. So anyway, thank you for listening to I humor-wise. I'm stubborn and hard-headed, egotistically arrogant, know-it-all ignorant. But I'm free now because I listen to the wisdom of the universe, the earth, and air, and all the airwaves. I want to thank you. I'm Robert A. Wilson with Cowboy Wisdom Hypno Acuity. My website's mycowboywisdom.com. My email is robert@mycowboywisdom.com. And may your day be as blessed as you are a blessing to me and the world.